going.
Congress, do something now. End gun violence. Let's go.
Who is this man who chose not to stick to sports? His name is Alejandro Bedoya, member of the Philadelphia Union, and he's had enough. Congress, do something now. End gun violence, he shouted. After the match, he spoke with local media.
I woke up and I saw it again. You get notifications on your phone and you hear stuff. And for me, to see that again happen this morning about another incident, in 2 days, whatever, with 30 people dead or something. Yeah. It's absurd, man. I mean, I'm not going to sit idly and watch this stuff happen and not say something. Before I'm an athlete, before I'm a soccer player, I'm a human being first. This stuff affects me. I got kids.
Is there possibly anything to disagree with here? Bedoya takes on the more than an athlete mantra. He owns it. I'm not going to side idly and watch this stuff and not say something. Before I'm an athlete, before I'm a soccer player, I'm a human being first. Remarkably, for some athletes, it's too much to ask. Not for Bedoya.
I'm dropping my kids off at school and I'm looking around, thinking about exit strategy. About when I'm at the mall, when I'm at a movie theater, when I'm at a concert, at a festival down the street, or at big gatherings. Something's got to be done.
Also important, and I'm glad he said it. I saw a tweet this past weekend from Geraldine that resonated with the masses. It read, "Whenever I'm in a public space, I think about what would happen if a mass shooting broke out. It's a constant low-level anxiety that follows me everywhere. I wonder if it's just me. I don't think it is. It went viral." And this is exactly what Bedoya is speaking on. In the 216 days of 2019, there have been 251 mass shootings, according to Gun Violence Archive. Rightfully so, there has been heightened levels of anxiety from the American public because no place is safe for us to simply live. It's not how it should be. The House of Representatives in February passed 2 bills aimed at expanding background checks and giving federal authorities more time to perform them. The Senate, led by a Republican majority, has yet to put the measure to a vote. More from Bedoya.
It's gotten to the point where we've almost become numb to it. That's a big problem.
Akin to violence via firearm, it's inarguable that each week, when opening Twitter and seeing another incident, we get the same responses from GOP lawmakers, and the count continues to skyrocket. It is rinse, wash, repeat. Bedoya then chronicles how this came to be.
When you asked me when did I decide I was going to do this or something, I have a group chat with my best friends from South Florida, and we got one of our best friends pretty split. A little bit down. I would say most of us are pretty down the middle, but some more left wing, some more right wing, whatever it is. But I feel between that group chat, it's like a bipartisan effort that we realize that something's got to be done. And one of my friends texted back. He goes, "Well, Alejandro, use your freaking platform then. You can maybe do something and have more strength than some of us have." And I said, okay, you know what? You're right. All right, I'm going to use my platform.
The great thing about this is their head coach, Jim Curtin, backed his player.
I'm on Alejandro's team in the Philadelphia Union, and I'm on Alejandro's team in support of his comments on gun control. Again, 250 shootings this year. I'm on his side. So. It's outrageous. Things need to change in this country for sure, and I'll support anyone who speaks their mind and is intelligent and informed on it every time. So that's what Alejandro is. He's passionate, he cares, and again, it's a real issue in our country now that needs change. And again, a lot of people will tell me now and will tell Ali to shut up and stick to sports and all the stupid lines that come up, but it's crazy. It's crazy in our country right now, and I think it needs to change as well.
Bedoya would tweet, "I'm not a policymaker. I'm shouting at those hypocrites to get their together. You want some plans? We could start with stricter background checks, red flag laws, making a registry for gun purchases, closing gun show loopholes, and taxing ammunition. Better for you?" You see, this hits home for Bedoya. He spent much of his youth in Weston, Florida, 20 minutes, and in the same sports league as Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, where 17 students were killed by a gunman February 14th, 2018. Thus, he wore an MSD Strong shirt, as he wrote on Twitter. "Grew up 15 minutes from Douglas. I agree with those families, but I've also been very inspired by movement they've started. Thank you for your courage and keep on keeping on." He knew people who knew victims in that shooting, including the friend of a player at the Union Academy. Part of his thinking is colored by his wife, Beatrice, who he met in Sweden. She is Norwegian, a country that profoundly reshaped its laws after a domestic terror attack in 2011. Bedoya would also tell the media, "One thing I'll say is more guns are not the freaking answer, so let's see. Politicians are politicians. They're backed by lobbyists and corporations. So there's things that need to be done to changing the way this government is being run. Perfect timing, by the way, wolf-pack.com. When white supremacist sympathizer Tucker Carlson tweeted, "Why does America benefit from having tons of people from failing countries come here?" Bedoya replied, "Because immigrants like my parents came here and have successful careers and pay taxes. Immigrants built this country." On whether he will receive a fine, he didn't care. They can fine me if they want. I have to take a stand. I am a human being before an athlete. You know what I mean? And that should be everybody here. We're all affected by this stuff. I don't know about y'all, but my kids, man, it's scary to think about what can happen at any time in this day and age here in America. Alejandro Bedoya, thank you. Hopefully this inspires more to use their platform for the greater good.